Hey everyone, welcome back to part two of this series here. So I left off kind of speaking to this. There's the stated need 50,000 units in 5 years, and this study that is the impetus or whatever for that is breaking down to 50,000 and kind of see it as 30,000 is the pent up demand, I guess. So current people in current households that plan to move, not yet qualified at market, so they're underserved. They want to move in 10 years, within 10 years, but they can't qualify at market, so they're underserved, and they're in the 30,000. Projected growth 20,000. So that's 50,000. We're on track without anything like status quo. We would build 20,000, right? So the difference here, the 20 to the 50 is maybe for this group. Um, so again, it's people that are in households, but they're maybe probably overcrowded, and that's according to the study, it's bad. So they're pent up demand. They want to move in 10 years and so 30,000. Okay, so um, it breaks it up further. Um, by whether or not these units are needed to be owners or renters, so for sale or rentals, and kind of the income levels. So kind of even as we go through and look at these projects that are being expedited, right? It's not like you can just build 50,000 of anything, right? In specific income bands, there's different. According to the study, there's different demands within the bands. So just to kind of um, okay, so a lot of 180 plus. This is like market. So I mean, I guess we could help push market buildings through, but I mean, the market they can just build it, right? Um, this is a lot of the for sale offerings that you know have recent, they tend to skew to close to this 120, 140, right? So they're servicing this group of the 50,000. They're servicing this, maybe 2 to 5,000 people. Um, and then, there's a large rental demand, for lower income. Uh, so it's kind of here's it's kind of an example. I could put the numbers here. Kuene Place, 1,000 units, 600 affordable, but affordable here at this level. Essentially one majority, vast majority are near 140% AMI. So um, you're providing 600 units here to serve these people, um, and then you're providing 400 units here serves these people around the 180. That's the Kool-Aid Place's market. So you're serving of the 50,000, you're serving like whatever. What is this? The 5 percenters, right? Um, oh, this is the 10 percenters. Oh, but by the way, the Kool-Aid Place project destroys like 125 to 150 rentals that are right here in this, um, and so this is a current need, right? 10% of the units that we need to be in this um, group, and a development when you choose to say yes to Kool Place, yeah, okay, you're filling some of these up here, right? 400 here, 600 in here, but you come over here and then you just make this. No, we should just add 130 to this. So um, okay, so I'm back at the governor's website, scrolling down past the 50,000. These are the top 10 projects in the pipeline, and just the one I was just talking about, here it is, Quilly Place. So they're claiming it as right something that this is a great thing, for our city. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about was this is another project that this is a rental offering that they're claiming these are some things that they can immediately benefit from this. This is um, a 201H project, just like Kule, and um, they always have these nice slides. It's very pretty slides where it says it's all affordable. This is great, and then they have this range. Okay, so 30 to 120 AMI range. So um, I don't know about you. When I first saw these slides, nice color, glossy. This range makes you think that it's like maybe it's that whole range. It's fair. Like if I'm anywhere between 30 and 120, I can apply and maybe I don't know, right? Like what is the it seems like this range is fair. Okay, so, so um, I'm gonna pull up. These are the city council resolutions that okay, under 201H would have required the project to go to the city council to be either approved or disapproved or whatever, but it needs to be a resolution at the city council. And when that happens, they produce this resolution. It allows the public, right, to see it, to see all of the exemptions, sorry, that they're asking for, and some a lot more specifics on the projects. So just so everyone's aware, um, the emergency proclamation no longer it suspended the need for any 201H project to go to the city council. So the city council never sees it. We as the public never see these resolutions, right? They're not even made. Um, the emergency proclamation allows the planning director of the county to approve a 201H project. So it does not have to go through. It does not go through um, the city council anymore. We wouldn't in a future project, or what, we might not even see this, right? There's going to be no resolution with information that's available, for us to even see. But this is the rental of Pukaina. Um, and yeah, okay, it's all under 120. That's great, yeah. But when you look at this breakdown, so of the 625 units, right? 21 are at 30% EMI. 21 are at 50. There's a few more, at 60. A few more, and this like lion share here, over half or whatever, is at this 120 percent AMI. So AMI is in Honolulu is about 110,000. So and they can charge you up to 30% of that as rent. So at 120%, 130,000, 30% of that for your year's rent for a majority of the units. So when they have this range, 30 to 120, you think, hey, that serves a lot of people. Yeah, sure. If it evenly, serve the people, going back to that other chart, um, going back to the other, let's just so we know what's happening. Yeah, okay. So if it was really 30 to 120, it's a pretty broad range, right? And if it served them all equally, yeah. But if you saw it at that project, it's heavily skewed here. 80 to 120 is like, there's a few here in 60, right? 80 to 120 is over half. This is maybe another 25%, and maybe 10% are here. And it doesn't serve anyone, down here, right? You gotta be, these projects, they're other than the rent caps. There's no real other, other uh, rent like assistance or other protections. So I guess what that means is that, even the people that qualify at 30%. I mean, you have to have stable income, right? It's as if you're just renting, so you would need stable income at least enough to two times the your income needs to be. They're not gonna let you spend more than 50% of your income on rent. So you still they're gonna charge you 30%, but you still have to make um, you know stable income, right, in order to qualify to be a renter. So it's not like there's safeguards. If something happened, right, if you couldn't make rent, you're like a regular renter. I mean, you're paying a little bit less maybe in the market, but if you don't pay the rent, there isn't additional rent protections beyond the regular renter. So that was and this is Kuele Place's um, resolution. 1,000 units, 600 are the affordable, so-called affordable, between 80 and 140 percent AMI, and and the 400 units are at market, which is going to be about 180 is kind of the market price range. And then again, you kind of break this down, right? There's only um, a few. Oh, wait, they modified it. Okay, so there's 41 at 80%, 91 at 100, and again, kind of the vast majority, right? 219 plus 252 um, are at the 120, 140. So again, they say, oh, it serves 80 to 140. That's not false. It's just that it's heavily skewed to the higher end, um, and that's I mean surprisingly I guess common for these. Um, so okay, so you know just want to talk briefly about the hope, right? The hope of the um, that you'd be spending less than on housing, and therefore you'd have more money. These the HUD laws for affordable housing, it allows them to charge 30% of your gross income, which is less than stated in the resolution. They said the average maybe household spends 38%. So okay, if they allow you to charge 30% of the limit. So it's not your 30%. It's a fixed number. The rent is the rent, and it's 30% of the max, for that band. So I guess what that means is you'd have to be like you'd have to be if qualification was 100K, you'd have to have 99.99K, and then you pay 30%, right? Because it's 30% of that max. So like realistically, the people who can qualify are gonna be maybe slightly under, right? Because you can't be over, so you're gonna be slightly under the limit, and the pricing is such that it's 30% of the limit. So uh, it's probably it's not a stretch to think that you might be paying 35, 38%, I mean, maybe 40% of your personal, right? Because you gotta be under the limit, right, to even qualify. Um, So, even with these so-called affordable projects, you're still sort of encumbered, right? So it's not like you're only spending 20% of your income, right? Um, and the whole other thing, I mean, about this percentage thing, it's not really, fair, right? Because there's a lot of fixed costs. So somebody at 60% AMI, even if they only put 30% towards housing, which is the same as somebody at 180% AMI, puts 30% to housing, the leftover amount, if you only have 6% MI, is less, and gas is like the same price, per gallon, or the eggs, the milk you gotta buy. It's not like it's not cheaper if you're at 80% EMI than if you're at 180. Um, um, and the last thing, it's um, even for the for sale offerings, these affordable housing projects put these restrictions that limit the amount of equity that can be, gained. Sometimes there's a long restriction. It could be 10 years, even up to 30 years, where you're not going to be able to realize equity. Um, and that's kind of a huge, um, problem for this idea, right, of the mobility, this hope that you could, move up. Okay, I could go on forever, but I hope that shared some insight, maybe into a little bit more detail. Um, Thanks for listening.